Good evening. It's Sunday night. It's the 26th of October. It's DPMF live, back with another fat one. It's 7 o'clock, or in some places, it's 8 o'clock. Wherever you are, listen tight. We got a good one tonight. We got Coreezy vibes on tonight, which will be quite an interesting little take on the Coreum cryptocurrency. So it will be quite interesting to hear what's going down on that side of the pond. Tonight, as ever, we got Dan the Man, we got Wes, we got Live Free, bringing you everything we think we know about crypto. Hold tight, listen up, get your item of sauce ready next to you, and enjoy the ride. If you like what you hear, please share the space, please like, please subscribe. Please go to our YouTube channel, have a little listen to our previous episodes if you want a bit of a lowdown on what we actually do. We're here every Sunday night, and we really want people to take a little bit of some little nuggets from our shows and learn a little bit with us. So, Dan, are you in the audience yet?
Hey Palace, I'm in. Just come up as speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, mate. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Are you going to give us your little nuggets on the markets then?
Yeah, sure. There isn't too much to go off, so I'll run through this quickly so we can get straight onto the interview this evening. It's ranked at number one. Bitcoin is sitting at $113,572. Hardly any movement this week, up 3.93% on the 7-day. Ethereum is sitting ranked at number two at $4,070. Same, not too much movement, but is up 1.63% on the 7-day. Tether is ranked number three. XRP is sitting at $2.61 and has had a nearly 9% rise this week on the 7-day. Binance BNB has dropped down a rank, so XRP has stepped up above it now. BNB is sitting at $1,128. Again, pretty flat overall over the past 7 days. Ranked at number 6 is Solana at $198. Ranked at number 7 is USDC. Ranked at number 8 is Dogecoin, sitting at 20 cents, which is actually up nearly 3% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 9 is Tron, sitting at 29 cents, which is actually down 6.66%. And then ranked at number 10 is Cardano, ADA by Charles Hoskins, sitting at 67 cents, and that is up 2.12% on the 7-day.
Awesome. So this is episode 92. It will be recorded and it will be put on our YouTube channel. So you can go and listen to the very beginning if you missed the intro and stuff. You can actually recap on everything.
Talis, let me interrupt just a little bit. Coreezy, I see you keep on dropping down. Maybe if you turn off your Wi-Fi and just go straight data on your phone, it'll stop kicking you out. Let's see if you want to try that, Coreezy.
Are you in the Isle of Wight as well, Coreezy?
No, Wes, you're the only one on an island off the UK.
Oh, right, okay. Right. Okay.
You're on your own there, mate.
So have you guys got any nuggets tonight? You got any juice about what's going on in the crypto world? Go on.
Well, if I may, guys and gals, I've got a bit of gaming talk, if you're into it. So,
go for it.
One of the original PC games back in the day, 1992, on the old DX480, when PC games became a thing, there was a game called Doom. Now, Doom paved the way. It was the first-person shooter. So it paved the way for a whole host of great games. Often heralded as the greatest first-person shooter ever. Now, there's been many iterations of it, many developments of it, and I think it's headed by a company called IG Games, Gameplay. A huge company. They've had great success with some great games, but this was their greatest achievement. Now, they're supposed to be releasing a Doom 4, I think it is, and it was scheduled for the 25th of October, I believe. Now, I'm wondering if there's anybody in the audience who has any knowledge whether this has been postponed, because everybody's gone radio silent on it. It's not been released, and I haven't heard anything. So I'm hoping if any of the audience members, put your hand up if you know anything about it, please. But I would love to learn about this because Google isn't very forthcoming with this.
Wesley, are you talking about Doom, D-O-O-M, or Dune, D-U-N-E?
No, D-O-O-M, Doom.
Okay.
I didn't have you down as a Doom player, Wes. I thought you
My
was more
goodness.
of an RPG player.
I'm every player. I play everything. Like, I remember Fallout before it was an RPG. It was a top-down real-time strategy game, and that was on the PC as well back in 1992.
What's the upgrade with this Doom then? Because I played Doom 1. Is Doom 4, is it still in the first person?
Yes, it's still in the first person, but it's far more advanced now. I think it's using the Unreal technology. I think it's on the Unreal Engine, but it's been commended how much Doom has tweaked the Unreal Engine to get the most out of it. I think it's the Unreal Engine, but they've done magnificently with it, to exploit their gameplay. So
Yeah.
it's
Have
a
you,
really good development team,
not too long ago, I was looking at, funnily enough, I can't remember if it was watching a YouTube video or something, but there was something about Doom 1, I seen not too long ago. When you see the graphics on it now, it's actually sometimes quite hard to watch because of how much gaming has come forward over the past, 20 years or whatever. But looking at it, and some of you might remember GoldenEye, on the
Yes.
Nintendo 64. I was
Oh,
seeing
yes.
that, and I was like, I couldn't play that now because it's just so
No.
hard to look at.
And I found that very strange as well, Dan, because you remember you're of the same age as I am, how much at the time it seemed revolutionary and like, wow. But now looking back on it, you think it's bloody unbearable. I can't believe I used to play that. It's all pixelated and how much it's come on.
Yeah, heavily, yeah. An example of what I see with GoldenEye is when you got like the watch out and you do the laser in the train carriage to like break the floor, going around the square. I was like, man, this is hard to
Yes.
watch now. I couldn't play it now. I couldn't. But there are people who are out there now who still religiously play them games. No, even now.
Mm.
Do you remember you used to have a split screen? So you play
Oh
with
yeah,
somebody, you'd be
but
like, don't be
4.
looking at my screen. Don't be
That's it.
looking.
We had 4
So,
players on the
yeah, that's
N64
it,
on GoldenEye. There was 4 of us on it. Yeah.
yeah. You'd be like, oh, don't
Hey.
look at my corner. Don't you look.
You see me? Yeah, I do remember. But do you remember when it kind of changed the game when we did PC gaming on the LAN and we used to link up the LANs and we could have our own monitor then? Even though we was in the same room on the LAN on a local area network, we used to wire our PCs together with Ethernet cables.
I
Oh,
didn't,
remember
I
that.
didn't
Yes.
realise, that you and Wes were so old. Dan.
Hey, listen, look, I'm actually a hell of a lot younger than Wes. Wes is a
A
hell of a
hell of a
lot older
lot.
than me.
No.
Hold
Wes
on.
just said you're the same age.
Yeah. Hang on, Palace. You're about a decade older than me.
Look, this is recorded. Go back. We can check. He definitely said you're the same age. And I know Wes is old.
Right, I'm gonna let you have that one for free, but watch out.
Anyway,
I'm gonna be
anyway,
on you now.
anyway, I've got a couple of nuggets. Sticking on your gaming theme, Wes, do you know
Go on,
anything?
son.
Do you know anything about Gummy Incorporated?
Gummy Incorporated.
Yeah, based in
Are
Japan.
they Are they an anime gaming development? Do they do anime?
Yeah. Well, they've just announced that they're teaming up with SBI Holdings and Ripple's Northgate. Did you know about that?
No, that sounds like Ripple's going into gaming.
It sounds quite big, doesn't it? I don't know.
It
I
does
don't know.
sound big, yeah.
It's just on the lovely world of X. I saw it the other day that Gummy GUMI Incorporated are teaming up with SBI Holdings and Ripple Northgate. Don't know what's going to come out of that, but it sounds quite impressive. Quite a nice little move. And speaking of Northgate, did you know that Northgate has got 261 million XRP put into it?
Wow.
Did you know that? And Chris
Wow.
Larson, this is not the end of it. Chris Larson has stuck in 50 million. Uphold have stuck in 199,000, and Jama Label or something like that, 300k of XRP. So there seems to be a lot of movement going around. I don't know what Everhold is all about, but this Everhold seems to be something that's going to be quite big.
I've got a
Just
nugget
have to
for
repeat that.
Palace. I've got a
Go on.
nugget.
What do you know anything about Everhold? Everhold. I keep calling it Everhold. Evernorth.
North.
I've, no,
All about.
I was really, I think it's fairly new. That's
Yeah,
where David Schwartz went across, wasn't it? Is he doing
that's it.
CTO or something across there?
Yeah.
I was reading some of the stuff on X actually. There was a lot of donations by a few XRP players to fund them. I remember I read one influencer who's like, they are definitely going to buy more. They've just been given a shitload of XRP. I think they're okay. It was just someone had said that. I read it and I was like, okay. So I've got a nugget for you, which is quite interesting because I'm not sure there's many tracking this. So there's an XLS protocol on the XRP ledger, XLS 56. Has anyone heard of it?
No.
No, I have not.
It's been
Go.
talked about for a while. So one that's needed, or better known as atomic transactions or bundling. You heard of that
Bundles.
before?
Yeah. Carry on.
So the XLS 56 amendment is currently being voted on by validators. It's about I think it's about 68% at the moment. It needs to get to 80 to come on. But when it's online, you'll be able to do atomic transactions bundling of up to 8 operations, which can be grouped and executed as one. You'll also be able to do NFT to NFT swaps on a peer-to-peer basis.
Oh.
Did you know that?
So
I'm pretty
okay.
sure. I was reading something Wheats put the other day because I don't think many of the validators have been testing the capability, but they've been voting yes. And he brought up something saying it's quite irresponsible. Validators should be testing this. You know, you shouldn't just say yes. And he is right. But I don't think it's been heavily tested on. So, we'll see when it comes on. I think there's only been a couple of people who've actually been testing it.
So even though they agree in principle, they haven't actually tested it in practical.
Well, yeah, we had that actually with a few other things as well. There's been a number of XLS protocols that have been like that, where validators just vote for them, but no one's actually tested it. And next thing you know,
I would like to argue for the case that I don't think they're being impertinent and I don't think they're being reckless, but they understand that it's just a whole positive for the ledger if they agree yes. So I'm glad that there's reduced the bureaucracy, if you like.
Well, the point being is they're supposed to say yes because they agree that the current code is of a standard that's acceptable, if you like. So they should test it to then say yes. That's what, a validator has that responsibility. So validators are very powerful on the XRP ledger when it comes to voting. What comes on the network and what doesn't. You could almost, if you was one of the specific validators, you could have a monopoly on it, on where you want the network to go. I don't think it'll ever go that way, but if someone really wanted to bend the network into a certain way, if you had a real team for it, you could actually do that. It would take time to get everyone on, but it could actually be done that way. But there is a certain amount of responsibility there, because once it's on the network, it's on. It's voted on. You can't just go, whoop, that didn't work. We'll just turn that bit off. It's on.
Immutable.
Yeah. And I think it comes down to there's a lot less developers sort of on the network at the moment. I know there's validators who've actually left as well. I think even DS from Expector, he spoke to us a few weeks ago. He said, yeah, we left being a validator. No one noticed or cared. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know he'd left. But I think there's less research and development in that area at the moment. And that's just because there's other things of interest going on while this is all unfolding. But yeah, I haven't tested it myself, so, slap on the wrist for me. Too busy doing other bits. But if I get the chance to have a go on it, I'll put out and say, yeah, it works or doesn't work. I think there was a couple of flaws found with Wheats, nothing major, but a very useful amendment coming on anyway, especially relating to NFTs.
I think we'll let you off, Dan. You're obviously very busy. We know we'd all like you to keep focusing on one thing, really. I've got 2 more little nuggets.
Palace, before you go to your other nuggets, I did a little research on Evernorth if you want to hear about it.
Yeah, go on, drop it.
Okay, so Evernorth is a specialized investment vehicle that went public via a special purpose acquisition company merger with Armada Acquisition Corporation on October 20th, 2025. So that's just very recent. The deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2026 and is projected to raise over $1 billion in gross
Wow.
proceeds,
Gee.
including a $200 million anchor investment from Japan's SBI Holdings. Upon listing, the combined entity will trade on NASDAQ under the ticker XRPN, providing regulated liquid exposure to XRP for public market investors. And unlike passive ETFs, Evernorth's model is active treasury growth, which will deploy XRP holdings into institutional lending, liquidity provisioning on exchanges, and DeFi yield opportunities on the XRPL. So they're there to support the projects coming up on the XRPL.
But this is an ETF.
Hold on. The firm plans to run its own validators, speaking about validators, on the XRPL and integrate Ripple RLUSD stablecoin as an on-ramp for DeFi activities. So we get increased on-ramping. We get financing, kind of like venture capitals for projects coming into the XRPL. And we get more stability of the stablecoin RLUSD. So it pretty much seems like it's an all-win situation. I mean, $1 billion going in, that's a lot of money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing, there's two other things I found out that are quite interesting this week. Have you heard of Ripple Prime? So Ripple Prime purchased Hidden Road, and Hidden Road is going to be a global multi-asset prime broker. So I suppose you can buy and sell all sorts of assets through Ripple Prime. So I don't know if they hold it or what happens with it all. I don't know any other information about it, but that's another interesting little move for people just to keep their eye out for Ripple Prime.
Well, that's an interesting name, Prime. Does that have any?
Yeah.
Do they have any kind of connections to Amazon Prime?
Well, I don't know. No idea. But it's a very funny name to choose, isn't it? If you didn't have connections, maybe. I just insinuate. Anyway, stuff that I've just reeled off might be absolute garbage for all I know. That's my list.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and thanks for taking all that information. Hope you enjoyed it.
I read it on someone else's post. It sounded good, so if it's true, fantastic. If it's not true, we will. My last nugget, and I promise I'll get you up, Cozy Vibes, is that Revolut have just been awarded the ability to do crypto 2.0 in Cyprus. So now with 280 tokens, you'll be able to do 0.3 staking in Cyprus. So if you lived in Cyprus or you're thinking of living in Cyprus, you can get onto Revolut and do lots of nice little things. Apparently, according to X. I'm not sure.
Do you have to be living in Cyprus, or do you just have to be out there? Because I'm actually out in Cyprus this year, so I will look into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But you actually have to, I do believe you actually have to live there. Yeah, and actually have a address and an account.
There's been a lot of crypto news fly under the radar this year. I know India have just started, I think it's in August, September. They just started legalizing crypto, and they've been very negative on it. Russia as well. They've had more unfolding getting related to crypto. So there's more adoption and interest coming in around the world, just step by step.
I think you'll find a lot of countries are very negative publicly, but actually privately, they're all getting on it. They are all getting on it. And I'm pretty sure.
Do you know, like, what's her name in Europe? Lagarde. What's her name? Is it Christine Lagarde?
Is it Lagarde?
Christine Lagarde.
Yeah.
Lagarde,
it was close enough.
That's recorded. That's recorded.
Bollocks. So yeah, when she starts going on about, crypto is just a scam and used for money laundering and used for this, I'm like, man, you can do that with fiat. Everything that you say is negative about crypto, you can do with fiat. The bottom line is people don't want, or should I say, certain powers around the world do not want people to start assets they cannot control. It's as simple as that. and they're,
But they just started. They're starting the stable coin, the European stable coin now.
yeah. And have you read
Under her name.
small print to that?
Yeah.
There's some not so good small print if you keep reading. And obviously most people don't read the small print, but it comes down
Yeah,
to,
they can take it away from you. They can tell you what you can buy with it and what you can't buy with it. They can
so
limit
you can,
everything.
it rations your own money. Yeah, essentially. So you're
Connected
not fully in control.
to your ID card. You won't be able to spend it if your liver function is out of order and you can't buy alcohol, and it's going to be
And
all sorts of weird things.
the one thing that sucks the most about it is it
Where's
actually
you'll be
has an
knackered?
expiration date.
Don't threaten my alcohol.
That European stablecoin has an expiration date to it. So if you don't use it by a certain date, they will take it away. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
so it's stupid to us because it's like, well, hang on, it's ours. But actually, on the bigger grand scheme of things, it's because they want you to spend it to get it back in circulation.
Absolutely. Right. Well, anyway, we've muttered on enough. I think now we need to get the main man up. Coreezy vibes. If I've murdered that, please let me know. But open up your mic. Welcome to the space. Hello. How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
We are doing
Very well, bro.
We're rocking. Did you like our little nuggets that we were dropping in?
No, it was fantastic. Some really interesting things going on in the XRP world for sure. And obviously, I always love hearing a little bit about the price action. So that's always great.
Absolutely. We try not to focus too much on price because at the end of the day, the actual fundamentals don't change too much. Why are you? So, without further ado then, I mean, I don't know much about Coreum actually. This is going to be quite an education for me. So, Coreezy vibes, it's a meme coin. Is that correct?
So Coreezy is a meme. There is a meme token, but it has utility to it. And it's built on Coreum, right? Coreezy itself, our goal is not to be a meme token, but we do want to take advantage of that meme culture, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, why did you elect to put it on Coreum as opposed to any other channel, chain?
Sure. So, I mean, I've been researching crypto for, I haven't been in it as long as anybody here. Like really getting into crypto probably here in the last year or so, a little less than that. I dabbled back in 2000 during COVID and everything else, but I didn't really start, trying to find out where I wanted to be until the last, 8 to 12 months. And I really started researching where the future of all of this is headed, right? And RWAs seem to be kind of the direction that I'm seeing. And what Coreum is doing at that token level is unheard of in the industry right now. For those of you who don't know, a little background on Coreum, right? Before we get into what I'm doing.
Please, fill us in.
So Coreum was founded by the same guys who founded Sologenic on the XRPL, right? Or XRP. You guys are probably familiar with that. Some of you probably got Sologenic token drops a few years back. Some of you probably got Coreum drops a few years back.
Oh, done so well on that. I love that airdrop, right? I've got to jump in. I was early in the Sologenic. I was early in the Sologenic community.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm chewing on a malwam. I was going to speak, but I wanted to jump in. The Sologenic airdrop was huge percent gains. Yeah, huge. If you was invested before the airdrop, before it went to like $6, you made a killing before the airdrop even kicked off.
Oh, for sure.
I was a big fan of that. That was one of the biggest percentage gains I'd had in investing for a few years. I was like, what? I just raked it in. So no, big fan of that time period, by the way. Sorry, Coreezy, I wanted to jump in and say that. Yeah, big thumbs up from me.
For sure. So continuing on that background, right? So you have Sologenic, you have Bob Ross and Reza Bashesh, who kind of started that as the original guys. People are going to look at Sologenic as the front-facing interface of what Coreum is really trying to do, right? When I say that, that's going to be like comparing AWS and then the companies that are utilizing AWS. So Sologenic is going to essentially utilize Coreum as its infrastructure level. And that's kind of how things are set up right now. Coreum was launched a couple years back. Mainnet Coreum went live in 2023. It was built so that at the token level, every token is a smart contract in and of itself. Every token can have, guys, it's been about a couple weeks since I've spoken about all this. Every token will have compliance built in at that L1. I'm on a work trip right now. This is my last day. I can't wait to get home. But yeah, so they've got compliance built in at that L1, which is amazing for security, right? And the future of RWAs, because we all know RWAs need to be tracked, and it's just one of those things, right? No one's going to want it. At least from the DeFi side of things where they don't want to be tracked. This is one of those things where if you're utilizing, there's 99% chance it's all going to be tracked down the line. So really cool things at that infrastructure piece. And so they're building on top of that. They couldn't do it on the XRP because XRP doesn't have smart contract functionalization, where Coreum, the entire thing is smart contract. So it just makes things a lot easier, from a compliance standpoint, which is the purpose. They are launching the first, tokenized stock exchange platform is going to be launched on Coreum. Now, when I say the first, it's the first that's going to offer everything that you would get from actually physically holding a stock, right? None of these derivatives or SPVs or any of that stuff. If you own a stock, you can vote, you earn dividends. It's not like you're getting replicated on any of this. This is all going to be on the chain. People will be able to see that you own what you own and it is yours. Very different than what you're seeing now via Robinhood and Ondo and all these other things where, they're telling you they're owning it, but they're allowing you to earn money from it, right? So it's just very different. So
Coreezy,
yeah.
let me jump in right there because you spoke about the stock exchange. Does this have anything to do with BlackRock tokenizing the stock exchange that they wanted to start up?
So a lot of companies are trying to do this. Coreum is the only one that currently has FINRA and SEC approval to launch. They received that about a week and a half ago. So Ondo's trying to slow it down because they're nowhere near ready to do something like this. Solotex will be live as a stock tokenization platform by the year end. They have everything needed. Everything's in place. They're just waiting to press the button from what we understand at our level. So if you're not following Solotex, I highly recommend you check out the page. They also have a whitelist where you can get on early if you sign up, and you can actually take a look around and see what's going on. So highly recommended. They're going to be the first ones to market, and we all know first is usually a good place to be. And we're not seeing it. If you guys are interested in price, you're not seeing it yet. Solotex did have a little jump a couple weeks back when they launched it, but until it goes live, you're early. You're so early right now. But yeah, that's Coreum. So why I decided to build over here is because of that. I wanted to launch a validator, which I've done. I am currently on the list of active validators. I've launched the meme token. I've launched an NFT token. My plan is to create a Web3 based lifestyle brand where our goal is for you to basically let your money work for you, whether that's through validation or investing or things along those other lines. So the validator pays back into the token. We are in the process of creating an automated vault. It's already active, right, via manual mechanisms, where if you own an NFT, you earn a percentage of drip from that vault. If you own 10,000 tokens, once the token reaches a certain valuation, we're going to convert a lot of that or all of it back to Coreum, to make sure that we don't tank the token price while we're doing it. So we'll have limit orders and all that stuff kind of put in place. And what will end up happening right now, we have 1 million Coreezy tokens set aside in this vault. And when it converts, we're going to convert it when we can convert it to 1.5 million Coreum, right? So now we're going to have 1.5 million Coreum earning a token drip. It's all going to be staked via the Coreezy Vibes validator. 10% of all profits from that validator go back into the token. So that token will consistently continue to increase in value because those token drifts will continue to increase in value. This is all perpetual. There's no time limits based on this, like you see with a lot of these token projects that offer drips. So that will continue indefinitely. We're only going to offer one more NFT project associated specifically with this vault. And the tokenomics behind all of that are pretty awesome. It's all on our website, what you can check and see. Our addresses are visible on the website, coreezy.xyz. So I mean, a lot of cool things. I've got some other things down the line that we are trying to do that will incorporate, Coreum even more, but other blockchains as well. I can't get into too much detail because, we're trying to get NDAs signed and different things to get someone to start building what it is that we want to build. But we have some pretty cool tech coming out, which is exciting as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, our NFT project, minted out in less than 24 hours. It was highly sought after. Whitelist was a huge success. And then we ended up, it was pretty insane. So that's us.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So can I just ask, just taking a little back step?
Yeah.
Are you doing this project on your own? Do you have a team around you?
So I am the only one that's currently earning nothing from this project, right? No, because it all goes back into the project. That being said, I do have I've partnered a little bit with the farm. I know you guys hosted the farm at one point. I have a couple other, projects that are about to be investing some of their XRP and converting it to Coreum and staking it with us, and they'll be listed on our website here shortly. There's a nonprofit we're working with. I'm very closely tied currently with Stone, over on XRP. I'm sure some of you guys know who he is. Cool. Stone and I are really working together on some of this stuff. We haven't created an official, like on paper partnership, but that is coming probably here pretty soon. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite important to reach out to other projects and actually help each other and strive together, basically. What about you personally? What's your background?
Sure.
How did you get into crypto?
So I'm a hospitality professional. I open restaurants. I travel a lot. So I don't have a coding background. A lot of what I've done is low code, no code. I built the website myself. I launched the token myself. I've done all this stuff myself. I'm learning this as I go.
Wow.
I'm at a point now where I'm probably at the edge of my limits as far as what I can do by myself. So it's time to start building that team. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do at the moment. We have some merch that's going to hopefully be dropping here pretty soon. We've got a pretty cool site that we're looking to partner with that will allow people to not only utilize the merch that we create, but create their own merch with our logos and stuff. So it's going to be really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of good developments then. So you've got merch, you've got Telegram, you've got you've got a website. Gosh, what haven't you done recently?
What happened? And I host spaces 3-4 nights a week.
Awesome. You're very active.
Yeah.
You're very active in the community, really.
You have to be in order to build that community, because at the end of the day, what we're all doing is we are tokenizing our own communities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's what we're doing. So.
Yeah. Have you thought about using your Coreezy NFTs in your restaurant? That you'd be able to use the cryptocurrency in your restaurant?
So it's not my restaurant. I work for, a larger corporation.
Right.
It is something that could potentially be done eventually, right? The Coreezy Vibes is what is the name of my company, but we're going to end up having a lot of subsidiaries that, all benefit from it. The goal is to be able to have this NFT, and it's basically that NFT is going to be a token gate of sorts.
Wow.
To multiple different services and opportunities. Obviously we're very early. We launched our token, mid-August. I launched the validator a month later. I did the NFTs, about a month after that. So, we've been moving pretty quickly at this point. Right now, once the merch is set, it's probably going to be, as far as new stuff coming out, it'll probably take a little bit of time because we do have to build what we need to build. And we want to see a little price action happen on the Coreum side of things so we can start generating some of that revenue from that validator for sure.
What's the
Where,
circular supply? How many tokens you got out on the market?
Are we talking Coreum or Coreezy?
Coreezy, sorry. Yeah.
So Coreezy was launched via the cruise control website as that's a meme token launchpad. It was launched via a fair launch, which means that as soon as I launched the token, it was available for anyone to purchase. I did not have any tokens delegated to me when I launched that project. So I had to turn around, run back into the project, buy whatever I wanted, and hope that I bought it before somebody else got to it to get the best price. Luckily, we're so early on the Coreum side that there weren't really bots or any of that, right? So I got lucky from that perspective, but I'm sure very soon the bots will be there, doing what they do. So, you asked me how many tokens we have. We have 10 million tokens total.
Yeah.
It was done via a bonded mechanism. So a lot of those tokens are held. You can't rug the project that way. And yes, so 10 million tokens. We have 1 million set aside in the Coreezy vault that will get converted into that 1.5 million Coreum. I have about 300,000 sitting in a marketing/dev wallet, which we will do the same thing, right? That way we can earn rewards off that and utilize the rewards to pay for different functionalities within. Personally, I own 2% of the project, but that I haven't decided. I'm not going to utilize that to really earn from it. I'm either going to burn that or I'll, probably put it back into the project in some way, shape, or form. So.
where were the, I'm sorry, Pals, where were the NFTs launched? Were they launched on the XRPL or were they launched on Coreum?
They were launched on Coreum. Coreum only currently has one, NFT platform, and that is Bids. You guys are probably familiar with it because they do have an XRPL. They are part of the XRP as well. If you go to the Bids website, they actually have a drop down and you can swap from, Coreum to XRP and back.
Oh, okay. You know what? I wasn't aware of Bids was a dual blockchain. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was just going to quickly ask, is the token actually black hold? Are you going to be able to produce any more tokens, or is that it?
Oh, it's locked. It's like, yeah, I can't change the tokenomics on that token.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. The tokens, the mechanisms and the safety that they put in place on the cruise control website, incredible. For those of you who haven't checked out cruise control, the website is app.cruise-control.com. Or not .com, .xyz, sorry about that. And that's a very new website. It launched August 1st. They did $2 million in volume within the first 7 days. Which for a platform that people don't know about Coreum, people don't understand, it's not a well-known platform. I think that's pretty incredible. The website's still a little buggy. They have hired some major developers, some of the best Cosm Wasm devs out there. Coreum is a Cosm Wasm raw space, platform. So, they needed very unique individuals who could work with that because there aren't very many. So they got them and they're upgrading all that as we speak.
And are you, I was just going to say, sorry, are you a registered company in America, or are
Yes.
you, whereabouts in America?
I went with, Wyoming, very crypto friendly state. We are an LLC currently. So yeah, we are a registered business. Everything's set up that way.
Go for it. Where's your question, mate?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, have you found the easiest way to bridge across networks, across currencies, to make it multi-currency so that it appeals to everybody?
Yeah, that is something that a lot of people are currently working on, right? Across the board, whoever I speak to, they're working through some mechanism. So if you're looking for a bridge, you can utilize the Sologenic bridge. I can share a link to that if that's something that you guys are interested in. I think most people, the Sologenic bridge can be a little finicky. Weekends or, they have to refill the bridge. I don't know how that works exactly. A lot of people will just utilize Change Now. Brad with Hat, who's the CTO of the farm, actually, created a really cool Telegram bot. It's actually, if you go to his page, it's literally right in the description at the top. And you can literally, if you want to go from XRP to Coreum, Sol to Coreum, whatever it is, you can literally just hit a couple buttons and it'll do the transfer for you. So, the Solo bridge, I think you'll save a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, it's really not much, right? Those are the quickest and easy ways. When I do it, I use fiat. I haven't been around Coreum or the crypto market long enough to really build up, what some of these people have. So when I utilize fiat, I'll do Coinbase. I'll just buy the Cosmos token Atom. I'll transfer Atom to my Leap wallet, and then within the Leap wallet, I'll do a swap for Coreum.
If you like what you hear, please share the space. Please like, please subscribe. If you want to get involved in the discussion tonight and ask some questions about Coreezy vibes, please put some comments in the notes so we can read it out, or you put your hand up and we'll get you up. We like everyone to join in. We're here every Sunday night, so we'd love people to come out and spend some time with us, just a couple of hours. It's all good. What is the future for Coreezy vibes, and what sort of developments are going to happen?
So as a lifestyle brand, merch is going to be a big part of that. Definitely want to get into the apparel side of things. There is some fintech stuff that I am looking at. I can't get too into it. But I don't know how much of this I want to. The validator is a big part of it. The token's a big part.
Do you have a double XL? Listen, all we want to know is, do you have a double XL, an XL, and a large, please?
I have something that if we can get it, if we can get the people that I need to help me build it, it could change a lot of things for a lot of people. Is that enough?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds.
I don't know how else. I can't give too much on a stage.
No. But yeah, when I dropped that question, I did think perhaps you've already said as much as what you possibly can. But I do like to find out where projects are going and what the future, where they lie. Obviously, you don't want to spill too many beans, otherwise you've got in your back pocket, which I totally respect. That's fine. So we are, what we ask every project that comes on the show, we ask them to think of a question that we can put to the next project, which will be next week.
Okay.
You won't know who they are, but for the couple of minutes, think of a question you would like to put to the next project coming on. Wes, I don't think you were here last week. Has any of the panel got the question from last week?
Oh man, I was counting on Wes looking for the question. I'm sorry.
I can't remember it. Was it to do with could you exist without blockchain? Was it that one?
No, that was a question that was given to the previous one. Hold on, I think I wrote it down. Hold on.
We are normally a bit more professional than this.
It's okay.
It's just that
okay. I got the question.
The team falls apart without me.
Absolutely.
The question from the previous project was, with all the scams in blockchain, how do you provide safety and security?
Yeah. So I mean, the first thing that we plan on doing, a lot of what we're doing now can be automated. I've mentioned that that's not something that I have the personal capability of doing. But once I do have someone who is working with me, we will be publishing, the code utilized, that this piece will be public facing, audited, all of that stuff so that it's not hidden from anybody, right? That way, if anybody does see something, they'll report and let us know. Transparency is important, especially when you're investing in a project. And we want to make sure that we are as transparent as possible. Addresses are already listed. So doing what we can, and we're going to do as much as we can, Does that answer that question?
Yes. As best as you could. Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys all know this. The project is very community based. I know that the project will make money over time. So, I give back. I have projects that anybody who stakes with my validator as a project, right? So if you create and you want to do some kind of drip attachment with your project, if you invest it with my validator, I give back to your community, a percentage of those fees. So I already have a couple projects who are partnering with me that way. I give back to my Coreezy, community. I give back, well, we're in the process of partnering with Chainplate, who is a Coreum based, nonprofit who will be feeding people across the world. We're setting up so that I give them back a percentage of my project as well. So, I mean, I want to take care of people. That's the purpose of what I'm doing. I'm not here to, make a bunch of money and then disappear. So, which is
Speaking about making money, how can you talk to us a little bit about how much, what do you think would be the return on investment, the ROI for somebody in, let's say, putting money into your validator? What's the current return on investment?
So that the current ROI for investing currently is anywhere from 44 to 46% APY, which is huge, right? Across the board. Doesn't matter where you're validating. I think there's only a couple other, tokens that offer that type of APY. As far as fees charged to you, it's only 2% of those fees. That's about the average right now. You are going to see anywhere from 0 to 20%. 0% validator is not usually the best idea because they're not super involved. They just want to get as many people validating with them. The 1-2%ers are, pay attention to how community driven these guys are, how out there they are. Don't just put your money with anybody. Get to know who they are, how active they are in the community, what they're doing, how they're speaking to people. It's all very important when selecting your validator.
Well, I was wondering how hard would it be to become a validator as well, please?
Yeah. So to become a validator on Coreum isn't super difficult. Depending on, cause there are services of validators out there. There's a few of them. I am currently utilizing one, again, low code, no code option. But that being said, to have the base, you're probably looking at somewhere around $300 to get one started via, one of these services. I set up an enterprise grade level. It ensures, high uptime and security and a few other things so I'm literally doing everything I can to make sure that I'm, online as much as possible so I don't have any issues. So I'm paying that $700, definitely not making $700 a month off this right now.
No.
Definitely not.
I understand, my friend. I completely.
Yeah.
Hey, man, when you start any venture like this,
Exactly.
you suffer a lot.
Yeah.
But
and that's okay.
may I ask then, because I'm totally unfamiliar with Coreum, but is this proof of stake or proof of work?
It's a bonded proof of stake.
Sorry, say that again, please.
Bonded proof of stake.
All right, could you elaborate there, please, and explain that fully? I've not heard that term before fully.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Someone's coming up to me. I'm still doing the rest of
No
the
worries.
stuff.
But it seems, there's a lot of potential and I think it brings a lot of more use to the network if more people became validators upon whatever network it is that we're using. That provides the power to the network, the functionality to the network as well.
I'm back now. Sorry, guys. So bonded proof of stake is similar to a traditional proof of stake, but they use something called BFT, which is basically saying that, the network can still work even if some participants are acting, badly or trying to cheat the system.
Nefariously.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's centralized then? Or is it decentralized? Do you know?
It's a decentralized system.
Mm.
There's currently there can be up to 64 active validators. Currently there's 62 active validators. So there is a spot for 2 more. The requirement is that you hold personally 20,000 Coreum, within your validator, at any given time in order to be an active validator.
So if let's say if 3 more or 4 more want to become validators, does it then choose by whoever has more Coreum and
Exactly.
to get kicked out? Or
exactly. So, right now the 60-second, which is the last one in line has 65,000 tokens staked to their validator. The next one is 787,000, right? So it'd be very, two could come up right now and not kick anybody out, but then when that last one wants to come up, it'll kick someone out. So when I joined, there were 64. I did kick out that bottom Blackhawks one. But then since then, three validators have actually dropped off. One, because it was jail. I think two because they were jailed, and one decided that he didn't want to do it anymore.
All right. So just to repeat that, are you deciding who becomes the next validator then?
No, the way that if you want to become a validator, you just say, hey, I'm staking X amount, and I'm paying. I have my validator node set up, right? But that being said, if the bottom person is 65,000, stake to them. If you want to become an active validator, which means you're earning rewards, right? You have to have more Coreum stake than the guy on the bottom of the list. So you would come in and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stake 70,000 Coreum immediately so that I knock out that bottom person. I'm in the top 64, and now I'm actively pursuing other people to come to my validator.
Yeah. Do we have to provide a certain amount of computing power or time engaged on the network to qualify?
There are no requirements as far as that's concerned. You just have to have the Coreum, and have an active node. But some of these guys who do have these active nodes, end up failing, getting jailed because they don't have proper node setups. You know how that can go.
So when you're talking about knocking out previous validators or other, do people that come in and stake on your validator, does their Coreum count under your balance?
So the way it works is someone stakes to me, they earn their 45% and I earn 2% because they're staking with me. I'm not taking any additional funds from them, right? So.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is, let's say you said you needed a minimum of 20,000 to run a validator.
Correct.
So somebody comes in, you know what? I got 5,000 Coreum. I'm going to stick it into your validator. I'm going to stake it with your validator. Sure. Does that 5,000 then end up counting, like you say, if you had a validator with 25,000 is what I'm saying? Or no? Is where you stand in the list of validators, does it go only by the amount that you stick in and not necessarily by the amount that other people stick into your validator?
No, it will go based off what other people, the total Coreum stake to your validator. Doesn't matter where it's coming. That's how you run it, right? So I'm a newer validator. I have 850 or 800,000 plus, give or, 827, somewhere in that range. I'm number 60 currently on the list as a newer validator. Obviously I want to work my way up that list so it reduces the chance of, multiple new validators coming online and trying to knock me out. So I do a lot of these shows. I do my own thing. I let people know that, hey, you stake with me, you get a percentage back to your project. Like I do all these things because I want to be successful and I want to make my way up that list. There is always the chance that Coreum itself decides to double the size of the validator list. But if that happens, that has to be a vote put forth. Then not only the validators, but the entire, everybody on the chain would vote. And, that's kind of the purpose, the voting mechanism. When votes are put forth within the system, they're very fast. It's not like XRP where it could take months to years to institute a change. This is, we want to do this. A week or two later, the change has happened, which is pretty cool.
I'm going to change a little bit the questioning. I'm curious about the layer 1 on Coreum. How does, and you may not know the answer because I'm going to stick in another layer 1. How does Coreum compare to, let's say, ZIO?
ZIO?
ZIO? Okay, have you heard of ZIO? That's Witsy's layer 1?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Then okay. I'm just curious if you need about it. Okay.
Usually
carry on, my friend.
Usually when people are comparing Coreum to other networks, you hear Algorand a lot. You'll hear You'll hear H-bar occasionally. I mean, H-bar is probably going to be the closer of the two. They're very similar. But again, I think Coreum just has the better technology.
So tonight's show is brought to you by Fuzion-XIO, the sickest and the baddest place to sell and buy your NFTs using any asset. Go to that website and check it out. It's awesome. So Coreezy Vibes, have you had enough time to think of a question that we can put to the next project next week?
Without knowing anything about the project, huh?
Yes, that is the criteria, I'm afraid. And the other criteria, and the other criteria is that you have to tune in next week to listen to it.
Okay. No, I can do the tune in next week. That shouldn't be an issue.
Well, let me just get the pad out and the papers.
Wes needs to write it down, even though it's recorded.
Here we go. Yeah, okay. I'm ready.
Let me think for a second.
Go for it. Make it a good one. It doesn't have to be crypto related. It can be business related or, anything in general, really.
While you're thinking of the question, we normally get close to the ending of the show. We talk about, or we mention a little bit of poetry by one of our members, NSCV. He wrote this one specifically for Coreezy Vibes. So while you listen to it, kind of think of the question there, okay? So NSCV wrote, a harmonious way. A way of serenity might just be thy way for today. A state of harmony might be blissful for thy entity. It's not lazy to anxiously chase the treasures of eternity. It's not wrong to gaze at the views of ephemerality. The purpose might be to see today's genuine way. The way will find melody in harmony's symphony. A grand way of balance will reward thy entity greatly. A serene song might help thee see the vastness of an eternal sea. A rewarding paint devoid of anxiety is what we see. A serene scene where all is assured by the way of transparency. A patient stroke will hold the brush towards a grander play. This is the way of a heart that holds simplicity's way easily. A Harmonious Way by NSCV.
Beautiful.
That was amazing. Can you send that to me?
Absolutely. Actually, he sells this poem. So if you want, you can go and purchase that poem. And I can send you the NFT profile.
On Fuzion.
Yeah.
On Fuzion-XIO.com. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you could send me that link, I'll take a look at it. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Right, so come on, put us out of our misery. What's this question? It's got to be a good one. Got to make it good.
What's one misconception people have about your project?
Oh, very good question. I like that.
So what's one misconception that people have
about my project? Yeah. That I'm a meme project.
Your project. Okay.
They think that I'm just a meme project. They don't realize that there's so much more. You know, we've got the fun picture and the sloth with the margarita and, hanging out in hammocks. People don't realize that everyone wants to take it easy in their own way, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's the beauty with any projects, really. They evolve, don't they? They change and metamorph into something that can be, whatever the community wants it to be. So, yeah, that is the good thing about crypto, and there are so many good things. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know we've taken an hour of your time. I hope you've enjoyed the experience and we haven't been too grilling for you. We really want you to come out next week and listen to your questions being answered, and hopefully, you join us again on another occasion and we get you back and have another chat about your future and your development of the project.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And if anyone is interested in more questions or wants to learn more about my project or any Coreum project, We do have an open stage for all Coreum projects Tuesday through Friday. That might change to Tuesday through Thursday, starting this week. But at 7 p.m. EST, open stage for all projects, Coreum questions, all of that stuff. We're really open to it, and that's kind of the purpose of the space. Not about my project, but about the Coreum network in general.
Awesome. We stuck a jumbotron about your website and your Twitter space and stuff, so that's cool. Live free. Do you want to close it down?
Let's close it up. Unless anybody has any other kind of questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okie dokie. This show was sponsored by Fuzion-XIO.com, a premier permissionless NFT platform where you can mint and sell NFTs in any of the over 54,000 coins on the XRPL. We now have the capability to see 3D and augmented reality NFTs and to mint the new dynamic NFTs. And soon to be where you need to go to get the future YEM Part 1 and 2 rewards. The current YEM Infinity reward went out today, so check your wallets. Remember, to be able to unlock the yield earning mechanism, you will need to own at least one XIO, and the amount of YEM Infinity reward depends on the amount of XDX that you own. Thank you for joining us today and learning all about Coreezy vibes and the Coreum blockchain. If you have any questions, please reach out to them and also follow all the speakers here. Please don't take anything we say as financial advice. Do your own research. With that said, we bid you farewell and hope you join us again next week for another deep dive into the blockchain world. This show is recorded, so if you missed a part of it, you can go back and listen to the show. Please share and have a beautiful day, people. Bye-bye.
Good night and God bless.
Take care.